You definitely have to suspend disbelief with Rockstar's Secret, but if you can do that, it's not so bad. It's not the best of the New Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley books, but it's okay. Mary-Kate and Ashley and two others are in a band, and the band has been formed because a rock star has died, and in his will, he asked for this band to be formed, and he needed specific people, including two blonde twins. And if they play as this newly formed band on a certain day using his instruments, he's gifting something in his will to the community. And it sounds so far fetched and so bizarre. And there's the first mystery of why does he want a band that's including various people, including two blonde twins. And we don't obviously have that mystery answered straight away. That's kind of left hanging all the way through. And then the second mystery is why have the instruments gone missing? And where are they? Honestly, I didn't work it out, but the clues were there, and I think it's not as obvious as some others. And I feel like I don't feel too bad for not having worked it out because I feel like it, with hindsight, maybe I could have put two and two together and got the right answer, but there's really only one thing that could have led to it, I think. So I don't feel too bad for having not worked it out, but interestingly, I didn't care. Normally, with these, I'm quite emotionally invested. I want to know who did it. I'm gripped with some of them. But this one, the narrative just felt a little bit ridiculous, to be perfectly honest. I mean, a lot of the Trenchcoat Twins stories are ridiculous because there are these world famous, 10 years olds or, 12, 13-year olds in this one. And it just gets a little bit ludicrous sometimes. But with this one, it just seemed all the more so. But nevertheless, I didn't mind it. It wasn't terrible. I don't regret having read it, but by far, it's not my favourite. There's the front cover. Quite like the front cover design. I have to say, I love their plastic jackets. They are pretty awesome. Anybody who's interested, there's the back of the book. Unfortunately, the previous owners have removed the photo cards. And there we have usual large writing, smallish chapters ideal for the target audience, and yes, there are some good descriptions of terms like motive and opportunity. Some of the New Adventures books explain the detective terms, some of them don't. So I feel like maybe every other one does. This one is pretty decent. There's not that much in terms of rehearsals or musical terms and things like that. We don't really even know what Mary Kate and Ashley are doing in this, in terms of what instruments they're playing. We do get a tiny little introduction to that, but not in any kind of great detail. And I guess that's because really they're not singers or musicians at all. And that's kind of one of the reasons why you definitely need to be able to suspend disbelief to get on board with this one. But once you can, it's not so bad. But it's definitely not my favourite.